My name is Debra Mangen. I'm the city clerk from the city of Edina, and I'm also a co-chair of the League of Minnesota Cities Elections Task Force and the MCFOA Elections Advisory Task Force. I thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today. Cities basically have two major concerns that I would like to address today. The first concern is to make sure that the effective date of any legislation is not until 2012. If the effective date were to become August 1st of 2011, we have many school districts and cities that have an August 9th primary and a November 8th general election. So we respectfully request that you make sure any effective date happens with the 2012 election cycle and not the 2011 election cycle. The second area of concern that we have deals with the provisional ballots. The provisional ballots process adds another category of ballots to a system that now has both election day ballots and absentee ballots and their subsequent processes. More complexity increases the probability of errors by voters, election judges, and election administrators. The provisional ballot process has high costs and complexity. Additional supplies would include ballot boxes, transfer cases, seals, envelopes, and forms to ensure that everything is handled properly. In addition, we would need to have placed 2 additional election judges from both parties in the precinct to supervise the provisional path, to make sure that voters get those ballots into the correct ballot box. This would also entail additional retraining of those election judges. After election data entry, we would have to secure provisional ballots, have voters come in to validate their ballots, would require additional staff time, and in process, perhaps have offices open during hours that they're not typically open. We would also have to bring in our ballot boards to count the provisional ballots after the election. We must also deal with the possibility that when adding provisional ballot totals to election day totals, errors may occur. Eliminating the provisional ballot requirement of the bill is feasible while still maintaining the photo ID requirement by using the affidavit in the polling place instead of after the election at the clerk or auditor's office. That would reduce the cost and avoid the complexity of that additional provisional ballot procedure. Thank you. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions for Ms. Mangen? Senator Seaman.
Mr. Chair, Ms. Mangen, do you have any idea how much additional money implementing either of these bills would cost just your jurisdiction, just Edina?
Mangen.
Thank you, Senator Seaman and Chairperson. I really don't have any rough numbers. I did try to do some, we train your ballot costs. I think we figured it would be in the neighborhood of maybe $10,000. And we've already adopted budgets. You know, we're trying to keep things as lean as we can. That would be if we were to do the one that was the 479. If we were to have to introduce the electronic roster, the cost would be much greater because, as I understand it, the electronic rosters handle approximately 500 voters per roster, but I don't have a good handle on the technical aspect of that. I do have concerns of the capital outlay for additional machines over and above what would be provided.
Thank you.
Okay, Senator Kalish.
Mr. Chair, Ms. Mangen, one of the questions I have that you brought up was finding extra election judges, and could you just give us your view on how difficult it is to find election judges for all the precincts, not just in the metro area, but in outstate Minnesota, if you have any of that information?
Thank you, Chair, Senator Kalish. I'm really blessed in Edina with really great volunteers, but I do know that some of my co-election administrators in outlying areas do have a difficult time maintaining a full complement of judges throughout the day. If we have to add and keep party balance in some of the outlying areas, that will be difficult.
Thank you.